Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday League's Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today again is a huge episode for us. We have a second leg of the tie in the semi-final of the Champions League against Barcelona, and we follow it up with a Premier League game against Chelsea. Since you were last with us, we have continued to play pretty well, to be quite honest. A 5-0 win at home to Sheffield United and a 3-0 win in the home leg against Barcelona. We then lost 1-0 away at Bournemouth. A 93rd minute winner for Bournemouth in that game. So the Premier League is really, really tight now at the top of the table. We've got Barcelona away, first and foremost today, to try and secure our spot in the Champions League final. We've got a lot of injuries going on at the moment. Everything is happening all at once for us. But when you look at the Premier League table, Arsenal are 3 points behind us. If we can beat Chelsea, the title is pretty much secured, in my opinion, depending on what Arsenal do. Do Arsenal play on the same day? 3, 6, 9, 10. Where are they? They're at home to Aston Villa. So depending on how things go, it could come down to the final game of the season against Liverpool as well. Our goal difference is vastly superior anyway. I'm not worried about that. We've only conceded 21 league goals all season and we've scored 88. It is a massive, massive goal difference for us at the moment. And we just need to try and get ourselves over the line today. Liverpool and Chelsea, the last two league games of the season, I earmarked it a couple of episodes ago as the potential pivotal point to potentially bring home the Premier League title. And it looks like it is going to go down to the wire. Chelsea in fourth place in the Premier League at the moment, level on points with Forest, just a point ahead of Brighton and 3 points ahead of Newcastle and Spurs. That fourth Champions League spot is completely open at the moment. But first things first, we've got to get through the Champions League. And a 3-0 lead from the first leg is a fantastic position to be in. Donnarumma's going to be in goal. Haidari, Gvardiol, Petronoiu and O'Reilly at the back. Galindo, Larson and Sosa in midfield. Cherki and Savinho and Duatara up front. We've got to rotate a little bit because we need to save some players for the game against Chelsea. Obviously, we've still got a big job to do today to get through. Regardless of the fact that we're 3-0 up from the first leg, obviously we've still got a lot of quality out on that pitch today. But can we get over the line? It's going to be a massive, massive game for us today. It would be phenomenal if we could do it. And I think with the team that we put out there today, we should be more than capable. Defensively, we're pretty strong there. Gvardiol and Petronoiu both at centre-back. It's the strongest centre-back pairing that we can possibly put out, realistically. I know we've rotated around a little bit here and there, but to have those two at the heart of the defence is massive for us. I think realistically we're a little bit weak in central midfield when you look at the likes of Gavi and Pedri in there as well. Defensively, of course, they've got William Patron, Pau Cabasi, really solid players. But the key player for them that is missing in action is Lamine Yamal. He is injured. So a massive, massive vote of confidence there. Can we get ourselves over the line? The key thing I think today is keeping them quiet in the first half, especially. Obviously, we know the amount of quality a Barcelona team has. We've just got to keep them quiet in this first half and try and get through it either at 0-0 or maybe sneak a goal here away at the Nou Camp to really settle things down. Obviously, away legs in these knockout phases, we've not been particularly brilliant, to be honest. We lost 1-0 at Paris Saint-Germain, but then won the second leg quite comfortably at home. We won the home leg against VTSC really comfortably, but then lost 1-0 away again. And obviously here we've got the semi-final where we've won well at home at 3-0, and now we're away again. Hugo Larsson with a strike there just over the crossbar. So I'm hoping we can just get over the line in this away game, which will set ourselves up to potentially either win the league today with the game against Chelsea, or maybe even tomorrow for the Champions League final and Liverpool to win the title. I mean, it's a massive couple of episodes that we've got going on. Haidari down this left-hand side. Can he get it into the penalty area? Hugo Larsson couldn't quite get past Gavi. Patronoiu's header into Galindo. Sosa Nico O'Reilly. Back into Sosa again. Nico O'Reilly. Good pass into Hugo Larsson. Flicks it to Cherky. Hugo Larsson with the strike and John Garcia with the save. And we're looking pretty positive here so far, creating some good opportunities, a couple of decent attempts at goal. And key thing is, it remains 0-0 here in this second leg. And obviously, with the two massive Premier League games to end the season, plus potentially a Champions League final, what a way to end Sunday League to Champions League for this year it would be, with the fact that we could, after one trophy in the whole of our career, we've won our second trophy this season in the Capital One Cup. We are potentially going to win a Premier League and a Champions League if things keep going our way as things stand. We are certainly putting ourselves in the market for it. Javi there with the strike, and it's a comfortable save for Donnarumma just to tip it round the post. With 10 minutes to go in this first half, Barcelona really turning the screw. We haven't been at it in this second leg so far. They have been the dominant force, but the key thing is we still hold the 3-goal advantage. Turkey couldn't get past Torrance, and again, Barcelona looking to build from the back. Tansel Yagma into Torrance, back into William Pacho. Plays it over the top and just couldn't quite get in there. Nico O'Reilly and Yagma coming down that left-hand side, plays it into Pontier, and Moore is there. A good save from Donnarumma. There was no offside there, but it's a really good save from Donnarumma, and it remains 0-0 in this second leg. We're doing what is needed here. Can we continue in the second half? I'll tell the lads that our shooting hasn't been good enough, because at the minute, it really hasn't. They've made 3 changes at half time. I don't know if they've changed shape. We'll have a look at that tactically in a moment. No, they haven't. They've kept the same shape. They've just made some changes. Gvardiol laying it back to Donnarumma. Launches it forward. Certainly no messing about. Matt Guay there, our former player, of course, with the header. Maguire into Swedberg. Gavi, Swedberg, Magai. Back into Gavi again. Plays it to this left-hand side. Yagmer finds Menai, and Menai has scored right at the start of the second half. He's carrying the ball back, so I'm guessing he was onside. He seems very confident that he was onside, and it has been awarded. That was not what we needed, especially right at the start of the second half. I was hoping we keep it tight at least for 15, 20 minutes, and he's just onside. His knee looked offside to me, but it's been given anyway. And Barcelona turning the screw here. We're going to demand more from our lads, because it has been a poor performance from us so far today. Cherky, again, we're just not winning possession either. And we're only a further 4 or 5 minutes in to the second half, and Barcelona looking to try and push forward again. Nico O'Reilly trying to squeeze through, and again, he's giving it away. And now Mora trying to break his way through. He gets the shots away. That's a really good save from Donnarumma to keep it at 1-0. They are really putting us under pressure here. And going forward, we've been absolutely shocking so far today. We've not really seen anything from our players at the moment. Gueye to Pacho. Plays it back to John Garcia. Now Kubasi into Magai. Swedberg inside to Menai. Now Mora. They're knocking the ball about with so much confidence here. And we are looking pretty dazzled at the minute. It's played over the top, and Mora's there. And he's clipped the outside of the post. Donnarumma caught in no man's land. But I think at least the pressure of Donnarumma there managed to put him off. And again, we're going to demand more. We need to get something going here, because at the moment, it's looking like Barcelona could easily get themselves back into this tie. Papa Georgiou's going to come on for Nico O'Reilly. He's not been particularly confident on that side. Gvardiol's on a yellow card. I don't think I can risk it. So we're going to get Bagchi on for Gvardiol. The 2 wingers are both shattered as well. So we're going to get Barcola on the left-hand side. And again, we're really running out of options at the moment because of injuries and such as well. We're going to get, it's a big risk. We've got Vargas there as well. We're going to get Vargas on the right-hand side, I think. In fact, no, we're not. We'll get Spinelli on that right-hand side, because he can cover a little bit better defensively than Vargas can. And we'll just freshen things up a little bit and see how we do. Bagchi into Patrinoy. It's nice to see us with a bit of possession, but of course, the last thing we need is to be faffing about against a team like Barcelona. Bagchi trying to break through the lines a little bit. Patrinoy, that's a good positive pass from him. Uatara to Barcola. Spinelli on the far side. What a goal from Spinelli. It's a huge moment in this tie. And the youngster, who's hardly had any game time over the course of this season, has come up in arguably the biggest game of the season so far. Semi-final, second leg. Barcelona in the ascendancy. Great switch of play from Bradley Barcola and Spinelli. Control, half volley into the bottom corner. What an important goal that is for the youngster. And it's 4-1 now on aggregate. And we can breathe a sigh of relief. I thought for sure, to be honest, that Barcelona were really going to break themselves back into this game. What a massive moment for us. And with 10 minutes to go, I mean, we've seen it happen before. I'm not counting chickens just yet. Javi with the delivery. I keep saying Javi. I know it's Gavi, but I keep saying Javi. Latour into Magai. And now Gavi again. It's off the woodwork. Hugo Larson manages to clear. Kubasi picks it up. They're throwing everything at it here, Barcelona. We've seen it before where Barcelona score late goals in big Champions League ties. Casado free on the edge of the penalty area. It was a well-worked move, to be fair, that from Barcelona. But Casado with the finish, Donnarumma, I mean, he couldn't have done anything about it. It was a great passing move from Barcelona. Anselm picking it up, took three players with him. Gavi into Menai. I mean, it's great play. Casado completely free on the edge of the area. It's an easy goal for him to score, really, there. Poor from us defensively, I must say. But 10 minutes to go, 4-2. It's only a two-goal advantage again. And honestly, I think Barcelona deserve a little bit more from the game than what they've got. Can we hold on to make it to the Champions League final again? I don't mind losing away legs if we win comfortably at home. And that's exactly what we've done. It's a massive result overall, a 4-2 win on aggregate. We are in to the Champions League final. And it's a 2-1 defeat away from home. But it doesn't matter. We are through. That is the important thing here. And my word, do we have a big opportunity ahead of us? Red Bull Leipzig we face in the Champions League final. We've actually beaten them already this season in the Champions League. We beat them in the league phase, I believe. If I remember rightly, I'm pretty sure we beat them in the league phase. I will just double check that. Just spare me a second. Let me just double check those fixtures. I'm pretty sure we did play them in the league phase and win. Yes, we've won 1-0 at home against them. So they're very, very strong defensively as well. The fact that we only won by a goal to nil. I think we did rotate a little bit in that game. Two consecutive defeats. Obviously, the Premier League is the next thing. So Chelsea at home, it's a massive, massive game for us. It's a must-win game. Otherwise, it goes down to the final game of the season. Oh, bear with me. I will be back for that home game against Chelsea. But we are on the verge of making history in potentially our final season in management. So bear with me, and we'll be back for that league game against Chelsea. Okay, then here we go for the home game against Chelsea. Massive, massive game for us. Obviously, we've got one eye on the fixture between Arsenal and Aston Villa. In terms of injuries, Gueye is still out with a knock. Haaland is still out of action. He's going to be 2 to 4 weeks. I genuinely think he's going to miss the Champions League final and everything, to be honest, which is a massive shame. He's been so instrumental so far for us in this process. And yeah, it's just horrific to be missing a player of his quality. Isla Magic and Bagchi are going to partner at centre back today. Patrinoy is just struggling a little bit fitness wise, and obviously we've got two massive games to come at the end of the season as well, despite what happens today. I mean, there's still a couple of other players struggling for fitness. I think, to be honest, we've got to play Patrinoy. We have to play him. He's too good to leave out at this point. He's a very key player for us at centre back. Midfield pretty much picks itself. Out wide, we've got Lurzic and Savinho. Utara remains up front as well. Gvardiol's back in at left back with Papa Georgiou at right back. Can we get the job done today? Obviously, it's largely dependent on what happens with the Arsenal game. We will be keeping a very close eye on that one. They're at home to Aston Villa. And then, obviously, last games of the season, Liverpool in the Premier League, potentially for the league title, and then Red Bull Leipzig in potentially the final game of the save for the Champions League final. It is all to play for today. Can we get ourselves over the line? Chelsea, of course, beat us in the previous Premier League fixture. They were our first defeat of the season. Since then, in the Premier League, we've lost to Arsenal, Bournemouth, and Forest. That is it. But Chelsea, they had a number on us last season as well. We've really struggled against them in the past. The advantage for us today, we're at home. And our home form does seem to be where, I mean, it just carries us constantly over the line. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on the live table underneath us as well. 3 points is the gap as things stand, so both sides will remain level. The top fixture is Arsenal against Aston Villa, so we'll keep an eye on that in that situation. Brighton, incidentally, have taken lead against Liverpool. A massive goal there for Brighton, especially in Chelsea's context for chasing Champions League football as well. It is going to be all to play for them as well. Land into Parma. Reisnes plays it out wide to Estevao, who of course absolutely destroyed us in the previous match. It looks like he's going to try and do the same again. Reisnes into Estevao, gets the shot away and he's hit the post. And I mean, what an effort that was. Papa Georgiou to Galindo, back into Papa Georgiou. And we're just knocking the ball about at the back here. Sosa launches it forward and we couldn't win the header, unfortunately. And it remains 0-0. To be fair, I'm quite happy with a draw in this game. I think it'll come down to the last game of the season anyway. I can see Arsenal winning against Villa. Estevao with a free kick, whips it in, punched clear by Donnarumma. We need to get out of the penalty area though. Renzani lays it back and it's fallen for Estevao again. We keep leaving him in space. He's got into the penalty area. He's hit the post again. I mean, I don't know how we're not behind at the moment. I mean, obviously we've changed a lot of our defence around a bit, to be honest, but realistically, it's still a very strong team that we've got out there today. But Chelsea at the moment are looking the better team. Arsenal lead against Aston Villa. Aston Villa have just equalised, in fact. So as things stand, nothing changes. It is remaining a 3-point gap at the moment. And the game, very, very tight, very cagey between both teams. Brighton still lead against Liverpool as well. So live league table at the moment sees Brighton go above Chelsea by a point into that Champions League spot. We remain 3 points clear of Arsenal. It's all very, very tight for that Champions League place. So Forest are still in with the shout as well. As things stand, Brighton take Newcastle and Spurs out of the equation for the Champions League. Let's see what happens in this second half. We've not been good enough in the first half. We need to be stronger. We need to try and just... We've got to use the crowd in this situation. They're willing us forward. I know we're missing big players today, but we've still got a really strong team out there. Can we get over the line? I really believe that we can. But Chelsea have had by far the better chances. Estevao's hit the woodwork 2 or 3 times now. Savinho, great interception from him. Charges forward into the penalty area. Can he get a cross in? He can't. Land manages to get it clear. Patrinoia, great control from him again. He's so calm on the ball. We've seen it time and time again. Now Bagchi to Galindo. Plays it to the left-hand side. Gvardiol. We're right at the start of the second half, by the way. Gvardiol swings it into the penalty area and we couldn't quite win the header. Savinho didn't try to keep it in and it's gone out for a throw-in a very dangerous area for Papa Georgiou to take. Savinho picks it up, gets past his man, cuts into the penalty area. It's laid across. Uatara is there, and Uatara puts us ahead. It's a massive, massive goal in this title race. We need to keep an eye on Arsenal, of course. If we win today, the title race is done. We have potentially won the Premier League, depending on how Arsenal are getting on as things stand. Uatara with a very important finish there. He's come up trumps for us, to be fair. He's only 21 years of age, I think. 21, 22, something along those lines. He's still a very young striker. And, yeah, you know, fair play to the lad. He has done superbly with the injuries that we've had to Haaland this year. I've just noticed, by the way, Hull have got relegated. Sheffield United have as well. Hull are 5-0 up at the moment. Uatara getting hold of possession again down this right side. Savinho to Papa Georgiou. Needs the support. Finds Uatara again. He keeps moving around. It's fallen for Lazovic. Lozic. I will get my words out eventually. Verbruggen making a really good claim on that. I think Lozic just didn't strike it with enough conviction, unfortunately. And it remains 1-0. But everything seems to be going in our favour. I think, to be fair, I don't know if Arsenal is still level or whether they're losing. I'm a little bit confused by the points, but the game's end-to-end at the minute, and I'm struggling to keep up. As Hato swings it in, great clearance from Gvardiol. Risnes picks it up. It's probably not how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm pronouncing it. Risnes charging forward down the right side. Land gets into the penalty area, gets a shot away, and that's a lovely finish from the Chelsea man. Tigo Land with the goal. Donnarumma, I mean, he didn't get near. It's a fantastic goal, to be fair, from Land. Lovely placed finish into that far corner. Chelsea with the equaliser. It's a lovely, lovely goal, to be fair. It's a great finish. I mean, he's just cut inside a little bit into the penalty area. To whip it into that far post from there is fantastic. I don't know if Donnarumma got a touch or not, but he couldn't keep it out either way. And it is 1-1. And again, I'm looking at player fitness, and we are struggling again with some of our lads at the moment. As things stand, the table is tight. Arsenal 1-1 still with Aston Villa. We're going to have to make changes out wide, I think. Esteval swings it into the penalty area. Good clearance. Uatara, great pick up from him. Charging forward. 3-on-3. Can he get... Oh, I mean, he's gone for goal himself, and it wasn't a strong strike from him, to be honest. We're going to have to make some changes here. Lurzic is going to have to come off. He's absolutely shattered. Barcola can come on for him. Cherky is going to come on for Savinho as well. Gvardiol really struggling also. Haidari is going to come on at left back. O'Reilly's been shattered as well recently, so I daren't take the risk. Patrino is actually looking nervous. So's Barcola, incidentally. I think, to be fair, you know what? Barcola's looking nervous. We'll bring Larman on instead. We'll give him a run out, see what happens. And I think, to be fair, we'll leave it at the 3 substitutions for now. We'll confirm the changes and we'll see what happens in the next quarter of an hour or so, and then potentially we'll make another change or two. Verbruggen just holding on to possession following that claim, and it remains 1-1 in the Arsenal game as well. So everything working in our favour. I don't really know if it will confirm the title for us or not, because goal difference is vastly superior. And even though Arsenal beat us 1-0 in one of the league fixtures, we won 4-0 in the other. So we've got the head-to-head record as well. As Larman plays it out wide to Haidari. And now Hugo Larsson trying to cut inside, trying to get the strike away. He does. And slightly unconvincing goalkeeping from Verbruggen there. Larsson on a yellow card. I'm not going to wait around. I'm going to make that change now, to be quite honest. And we're going to get Gaffney on. In fact, no, we're not. We're going to get O'Reilly on. Gaffney's not quite fully fit at the moment. O'Reilly's hesitant. Focused. You know what? Isla Magic can come on in central midfield because he'll drop back into that holding role as well. And Arsenal remain at 1-1. Aston Villa have scored 2 goals in 3 minutes. They are 3-1 up against Arsenal. A point is enough for the league title. Villa with 2 goals in a matter of minutes. And all of a sudden, the draw is enough. We just have to keep doing what we're doing, and the league title will be secured. What a moment this could be. I can't believe Arsenal are getting beaten at home, considering the season they've had as well. Can we hold on to the point? 5 minutes of added time. The seconds ticking away. We're into the last minute. Agbo. Chelsea in possession. Good header from Haidari. Larman picks it up. Don't give it away. Good switch of play. Papa Georgiou with loads of space. We just need to keep hold of possession. Sosa, Cherky, into Uatara. And Uatara may have been offside. I mean, a draw is enough for the title. Is the goal going to be given? Yes, it is. We've had the news that Arsenal are getting beat. And Sosa with the pass into Cherky. And he's laid it on a plate for Uatara. The keeper got a touch, couldn't keep it out. It's a 2-1 win on the day. Seconds left to play. And Uatara has won us the league title today. What a moment. And after nearly 10, well, it's what, 8 or 9 seasons, we've not won a single trophy after winning the National League North at the start of our journey with Curzon Ashton. And now we've won a Carabao Cup and the Premier League. Obviously, the last league game of the season is superfluous now, but we will still show that. In fact, no, we won't. We'll just go straight to the Champions League final for the final episode. There's no point in showing the last league game now. And my word, what a result for us. Aston Villa winning 3-1 at the Emirates on the final day. We are Premier League winners. What a phenomenal season we've had. And I just hope we can cap it off with a Champions League. It would be a phenomenal way to finish the series. I'm sure that you guys watching will want it to carry on, to be quite honest. But in terms of the way everything is, obviously, with the FA Cup was a disappointing part of our campaign, but we have won the Premier League. And to top it all off, something I neglected to mention as well, the board takeover did happen. We've had a tycoon takeover, and everything's just going the way of Manchester City right now. What a result for us. Chelsea were the holders from last season and the season before, by the looks of it. And we have finally managed to win a league title for the first time in 4 seasons. Liverpool won it, and then twice for Chelsea. Chelsea have had a really good time of it, incidentally. So absolutely top stuff. And now full preparation goes into the last game potentially of this series. Champions League final is not a game I'd have particularly earmarked, to be honest. I would have thought no disrespect to Red Bull Leipzig, I would have thought that it'd have been a bigger game than that. But my word, what a performance and what a fantastic achievement. Carabao Cup and the Premier League double with the chance to make it a treble this season to end the series. I will see you all next time for the Champions League final. And fingers crossed we can get everything over the line. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.